box, mains lead, instruction book and remote pack. That is the TV from the front, side and the back. Instruction book and remote pack. Remote control, I'll get a close up of that in a mo. 2 feet in plastic bags. Screws for those feet. User manual, novel. And warranty card. AAA batteries for the remote. Looking at the remote control, close up, it's got mute button at the top, power on and off, channel numbers, source or input button, I think that's the quick menu button, coloured buttons, what they refer to on apps and media playback, that's your account or user profile settings, a voice command button, settings button, and you've got cursor arrows left, right, up, down and OK, back button, home button, guide button, volume up and down, channels up and down, channel list button, I for information button, and you've got quickfire, Netflix, Prime, YouTube, TCL channel, TCL home and web browser button. A little bit of pressure on the back, AAA batteries into the back. In the pack, figure 8 mains lead, straight connector to the TV, UK mains plug. Stick all over them. Okay, so 2 simple plastic feet, you can see through holes through them there, where you can put the screws to attach to the TV. Some indents there for location, I guess. Turn them over. There's some rubber feet there to stop them sliding around and scratching. 4 self-tapping screws to go with them. TV's now on a large flat surface. I'm using the box and the polythene bags. Okay, so we can see where the screws are going to go and self-tap into those 2 holes there. 2 little protruding pegs to go into these indentations. There's an arrow facing forwards, so that's towards the front of the screen. That should go on there like that, and then pop the screws in there and there. Quickly whip those in. And take this one out. And same for this side. Bro. Looking at the connections running down the side of the TV, we've got HDMI 1 there, HDMI 2, HDMI 3, marked enhanced audio return channel, so HDMI in there to your soundbar sound system, feed the sound back and control it. We've got a USB 3 socket there at 0.9 amps, terrestrial, aerial and satellite connection, and then on the back of the TV itself we've got a digital optical audio out socket and a LAN or wired internet socket there. And on the opposite side of the TV we've got the AC in for that power cable to connect to. On the underneath of the TV we've got a power button there as well. So that's just underneath the screen there, and it does nothing different to what the remote control will do with the power button. Onto the dimensions, most important one is the 2 wide feet making up the stand. So the width of those is 84 centimeters or 33 inches. Depth of those feet, say about 18.5 centimeters or 7.25 inches. Whatever it stood on to the bottom of the screen, 5 centimeters or 2 1/8 of an inch. 43-inch model. Width across the top is 95.75 centimeters or 37.75 of an inch. From whatever it stood on to the top of the TV, 60.5 centimeters or 23.75 inches. Thickness from the back of it to the front, it's about 72 millimeters or 2.75 inch. VESA mount on the back is 200 mil by 200 mil apart, M6 bolts, probably 10-20 mil, something like that. 20 mil M6 bolt should be fine there. And from the bottom of the TV to the centre of the first VESA mount hole, 72mm. Okay, TV has a screen protector on to keep it all nice and pristine. It's also covered in bits of plastic around the edges, so I'll probably skip through me trying to pick at bits of plastic. Peely peely, should be a nice immaculate screen underneath. TV is connected to wired internet, aerial and mains. English UK, UK again for me. So at home, sign in with your Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account, it's free to make one. Then you can download loads more apps in store. I'm just going to set up basic TV. Connected using Ethernet. It does also have Wi-Fi built in. So there will be an update most likely, and I'll pause the camera and I'll come back when it's done because it could take a while. Okay, in terms of service, I'm just doing the location, I'm not bothered about giving feedback. Pair your remote, so press the OK and the home button together while pointing at the TV. That's it, paired, that's the Bluetooth part. I'm going to do the automatic channel scan, and it is antenna and digital for myself, so I'll come back in 5 when that's finished. Tuning is complete. Region select is England and Yorkshire for myself. Next. So put in a parental password. I just make it 4 ones for future setups. It may ask you that as well. Terms and privacy, so I'm going to terms of user experience and agree. Automatic updates myself, I'm going to agree to that. That will update, won't have to prompt me or anything, it will just do it when I turn the TV off. AirPlay and HomeKit, so you've got Apple AirPlay installed as well. Setup complete, done. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is go to the settings. See, we've got the home channel there with some of the apps on, but anyway, onto the dashboard, all settings. So display and sound first, screen settings, auto format, that will adjust the shape of the screen depending on the age of the program. Some old stuff is 4:3, some is widescreen, so I'll leave that as is. Picture is down as standard. Motion, clarity. I quite often turn off digital noise reduction, just because if you've got things moving around you can get the soap opera effect. If it's trying to clean the picture up, it may not process it properly and you can get a bit of lag there. So that's that for that. Back again onto system, power and energy. So when I turn it on, I want it to go to the last used input, not the home screen. So if I was on Netflix, turn it off, it'll come back on that, or live TV, it'll come back onto that and not the home screen. Energy saver, I'm going to put that to 8 hours for in-store, so that's inactivity. It'll go on for 8 hours, switch itself off at the end of it. You could set it to 1 hour if you've got children who leave it running, or never if you're always going to turn it on and off yourself. Energy dashboard. Did I want that? No, I don't want that. Okay, system sound, sports mode. You have Games Master there, that's on auto, so connect your PS5 or Xbox, it'll automatically put it onto the game mode and it will reduce latency and input lag. Onto advanced settings. I've got it on home mode for the demo, standard pitch settings. So again, on the settings, on channels and inputs, I did forget, and if you go to channels, subtitles are on by default and you can turn them off there. So that's subtitles off. Onto live TV, going to press the guide button. So you can see there we've got 101 Waterloo Road. The red vertical line is the current time, which shows so red vertical line is the current time. It shows there what's on now, what's on later. So if I wanted a goggle box on later, press the OK button and I can do a reminder there, so it will remind me and I won't miss that. Okay, going to back out of that again. All the way. If I wanted, say, BBC News, standard definition one, because they've taken the HD one away on Freeview in the UK. Great. So that's a quick look at standard definition. I'll connect my Skybox to get HD in a moment. I'll just turn the sound up.
The BBC that the United States and Ukraine have agreed the terms of a minerals deal. It's described as a subsoil agreement that includes critical minerals and other resources. Provisions of the deal are much better for Ukraine now, the source told the BBC, on condition of anonymity.
And Anita, just a couple of breaking lines to bring you from Washington DC here at the moment. President Trump is signing some executive orders in the Oval Office as we speak. We can't bring that to you live. It's what's known as the White House, so we might like it.
That's the same channel in
this
HD.
Context is there are so many journalists reporting on the White House. They all can't go into the Oval Office, can't go on Air Force One, can't follow President Trump to Mar-a-Lago or anywhere else that he's going. So it's decided amongst the journalists who will go in, and everyone shares the material then. It's filmed, it's photographed in a standardized way, so it's useful and can be used by every platform, by every media organisation. It's fair to everyone. In fact, shares that
Okay,
material.
going to try a 4K HDR demo.
Had a response from
pretty cool.
Stadium in Singapore, they take on the Italian champions, Juventus. Spurs include the likes of Dele Alli, Juventus and Toby Alderweireld in their starting 11. Juventus versus Tottenham Hotspur, a fixture many in his kind of area. Juventus on for Spurs. They can't sneak it in
terms of form from that moment on.
Into Mandzukic, great ball. He directed it to the correct corner. And those two working again. 4-on-3 here for Spurs. Son, well laid off, and Buffon makes a fine save. He's counted in by Ronaldo. Tree Parrott denied on the first attempt, but Ronaldo was there to beat Buffon. Spurs have been the better team, and on the half hour, they lead Juventus. The foul to me on the edge of the penalty area, we play on.
I believe it was.
And Pjanic, Higuain, well worked, Gonzalo Higuain buries it, and he is a true finisher, and he's done it against Tottenham Hotspur before in the Juventus shirt. The man back from Chelsea has made it Juventus 1. TCL up against Walker Peters. A good cutback, and it's deflected into the net, and Ronaldo has his goal, and Juventus have turned this around. They now lead by 2 goals to 1, and there is the iconic celebration of Cristiano Ronaldo. She's out to win the ball in the Juve half, and what a pass for Lucas Moura, who's assisted the equaliser. Spurs are back level against Juventus. Great work by Ndombele, and Lucas Moura has stabbed it into the net. What an immediate impact. Brilliant work again by Walker Peters.
Boy, he was excellent in terms of his hold-up play. I can see him being there was an opportunity here.
Kane, what a goal! What a goal to win it! Szczesny's caught out. Harry Kane has scored the goal of this tournament. That is extraordinary. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Juventus 2. How did he come up with that? Very special indeed. That is it. Tottenham Hotspur have won their first game of pre-season in the most extraordinary style.
Okay, back to live TV. Just going to go to the home menu before I go. So at the moment, I haven't got the full home screen because I've not signed into Google. So sign into Google, you get everything there. It's got some of the apps pre-installed: Netflix, TCL, iPlayer, YouTube, Prime, etc. But sign into Google TV and you can get many more apps as well. So all in all, 43-inch 4K TV. I think it's a direct backlight. Backlight does look a bit like it's bleeding through, tiny bit patchy, but it's not bad. Very good on the bright stuff. But this is $249 with a 2-year warranty on release, so pretty good for the money really. So it looks better than an entry range TV, looks sort of more middle of the road, and that is all for now. Goodish.